minute to introduce Reverend Stark Jones, who has agreed to be with us today to say a couple of words. So after Stark has opened us up, we're all going to just take a couple of minutes and put your flower that you're carrying into the centerpiece that's here.
And then you're going to have ice cream later, too.
Later, yeah. So that's the good part.
I am the Reverend Stark Jones. I am a Presbyterian minister. I know that Peggy Ann and Bill were married in the Reformed Church in Chatham, right? In Chatham? And it's pretty hard to find some of the preachers these days. You know, the congregations are smaller and they're part-time. So kind of Carl backed into getting a Presbyterian minister, okay? But we're pretty much of the same tradition, and if you recall the joy of that day so many years ago in the Reformed Church, perhaps, we can add to that by remembering in a happier way the life that was lived with many joys in it. I will read two passages from Scripture and say a few words, and then folks will be given the opportunity. If they wish to share, there is not an obligation. If you, in your own mind and heart, think that maybe something ought to be said that might be either a pleasant memory or an important memory for you to share, or that might be helpful to another person here, say it. If you feel the moment is sufficient, in no way does it detract from the memories that we have as we gather in this day. The scriptures of ancient Israel certainly understood the struggle of life and the inevitability of death. Throughout all, in the celebration of life and in the facing of death, they trusted a God who was there before they were, sustained them while they were, and would be the God to whom they would go when they were no longer walking upon this earth. One of the passages, and some folks may recall that there was a very popular song a generation ago. One of the scriptures from Ecclesiastes suggests the struggle and also the loving presence and the hand of God throughout. For everything there is a season and a time for every matter under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up what is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to seek and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time for war and a time for peace. What gain have the workers from their toil? I have seen the business that God has given to all to keep busy. He has made everything suitable for its time. Moreover, he has put a sense of past and future into our minds. Yet we cannot find out what God has done from the beginning to the end. There is nothing better for us than to be happy and enjoy ourselves as long as we live. It is God's gift that all should eat and drink and take pleasure in their labor. I think briefly, Genevieve, on the horrible loss of a child. In my many years in ministry, I have never seen anyone lose a child, no matter how little and new or mature and having lived, except there is a loss that is unconsolable. If someone says, why? Why God? Why me? Why life? When we look at such a loss as another has suffered, or more poignantly when we ourselves have suffered it. The author of the book of Ecclesiastes, who says there's a time for everything, well, he was not thinking of a 28-year-old wife, a young mother. He was thinking of 70. And our day will come. Although at 71 you've already reached beyond the Bible. And the question is asked, why? Why would God let this happen? Why would this accident occur? Why do I have to suffer this loss? As a pastor, there is no word. There is no explanation. There is no consolation. And all we can really do is gather ourselves, gather the memories, whether few or numerous, of a short life or a longer life, and take those memories and sift them for the graces, the gifts, the blessings that that person brought into our lives. Claim them for ourselves, that we may be the better and the stronger for having known that person.